Echo Beach.
Surf industry.
Blackball.
Walled waves.
Boardwalk.
4th of July.
Point.
Richie Collins.
Tight pants.
Traveling pros.
Parties and stuff.
Shitty waves.
Can be like pipeline.
Mom and Dad got money.
The Wedge.
The circus.
Kind of got an edge to it.
Driving BMWs.
54th Street.
Saturated.
Everyone's just in.
Mellow vibe.
Deadbeats hanging around.
Formal.
It's got good barrels.
Air reverses.
River jetties.
Yuppies.
Newport has a little bit of everything.
And you don't know what to say when you see a brother with no leg. You say, oh, oh, no. Yeah, you say, oh,
In the 60s, we're having a terrible erosion problem, and the Corps of Engineers built a jetty. The purpose was to save sand. But immediately, not a month later, immediately it made a break on each side. It made a left on one side and a right on the other side. The groins worked on saving sand, so the Corps of Army Engineers built, 7 more or whatever it is. And now we've got good surf at 56th Street, 52nd Street, 48th Street. We've got surf spots everywhere.
Because of the harbor, it was an easy place to set up surfboard manufacturing because of the boat building that's gone on here for years. There's several factories in this area that we all know each other. We build boards and stuff. I refer to it as the resin pit. I mean, I wouldn't want to be building boards anywhere else.
I'm still stuck on this downtown. Should always be around when it's time to get down. Still stuck on
Newport is the peninsula.
Everything kind of revolves around the beach, and the peninsula down there. It's all beach breaks, but there's waves like the Wedge, which is like a bigger wave, and then Blackie's a longboard wave, and then you move on up to 54th Street, which is just like high performance, like air reverses, guys, doing sick turns, and then there's the Point, which, can be like pipeline.
Well, it originally started when Huntington Beach Boardriders called us out online, said, hey, put a team together, let's surf.
The whole West Coast Boardriders is bridging all these clubs together in a friendly, fun competition. Right now there is 12 clubs total. It's 50 and up division all the way down to the 14 and under division, so it bridges the gap between the older generation and the younger generation.
Brings all the coastal clubs together. It's just an amazing event. The energy down there, the rivalries.
You got like a line in the sand that's dividing each team, and there's some heckling going down, and there's cheering going down, and it's killer.
Our weaknesses might be like point breaks.
We have really steep walled waves that are quick, but I think Newport has really good tubes.
outside. Spinning tubing, watching that you're really feeling. Pulling, grab, roll, and drop the ceiling. Try to light your egg at night if you make it out. Target all you want some more before it pushes out. Well, we wanna, we wanna, we wanna tubes. We wanna now. Well, tubes.
By sponsoring the board riders, they give these kids access to the athletes, and normally, you know, you'd have to be on the world tour to go get advice or train with them. But now, when these guys are in town, they go and hang out with the Groms and give them advice and coach them.
They've been doing this with Australia for quite a long time.
They get the Groms together and Post goes over stuff with them. And
we were doing practices every Friday and just having the kids compete against each other. We would have expression sessions and the kids were just having a blast.
I basically haven't seen any of the kids progress as much as they have lately.
At the same time, they also learning to love their city and represent their city, and I like that part of it.
I think the future of the Newport Board Riders is our whole club just like continuing to succeed on a competitive level, but also on like a communal level.
Yeah, I think the Newport Boardriders Club is going to keep growing, and I think every other club on the coast is going to be doing the same as well.
And it just brings such great culture into this community. Not that it needs it, it just adds to it.
it's just getting started. I feel like the seed's just being planted, and I'm stoked for the future surfers in Newport that they have something like this going on now.
Stuck on this town.
Richie Collins, Troy Eckert, Mike Estrada, Cordell Miller, Todd Miller, Darren Brohart, David Giddings, Sean Hoyland,
Josh Hoyer,
Richie Collins, Danny Kwok, Steve Richardson, Preston Murray,
Ronnie Nelson, Alex Nose, Froghouse guys, Daniel Shea, Colin Moran,
Wooly,
Kevin Riley,
Jeff Parker. You got to kind of give it to Richie Collins.
My favorite spot in Newport would just be 54th Street.
First spot I check every morning, 53rd Street.
Right here at the River Jetties.
56th Street, I'll just go straight there.
56, River, Point, whatever's breaking.